respected the new Dean, Bihar Ranjan IFS, Chief Conservator of Forest and the Dean, respected Chief Guest of this August House, the Director IAFM Indian Institute of Forest Management, V.K. Ravichandran IFS, respected special guest, the Managing Director from Karnataka, Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited, Mr. Prashant Kumar IFS, Mr. Manoj Dabas, Chief of the Party, USAID Program, former Dean and Professor and Head, Dr. A. Balasubramaniam, Dr. I. Shekhar, Consortium Coordinator and the PA, distinguished guests from almost all sectors of the consortium members, the family of consortium, the wood-based industries, the beloved farmers from across different regions of the country, nursery growers, plantation team, felling team, farm, financial institutions, value addition team, and all the scientists of the consortium, and the invited guests, heads of departments and the faculty members of KNIU, print and electronic media as well. Good morning to everyone, and it is my great privilege and welcome all the guests today, particularly this consortium of industrial agroforestry. That it's hardly 8 years old now, and during each and every year we are growing both vertically and horizontally. Definitely the objectives envisaged by the Government of India and the Government of Tamil Nadu, like whatever it is expected to expand the trees outside forests in the form of identifying alternate land use system, this consortium takes a very big lead. The concept of value chain model and the implementation of value chain model in association with all sectors of stakeholders, from farmers up to the industries. The concept is called producer to consumer approach, and this consortium is taking a very big lead. I think the 2-day deliberations will take this message into a very larger gathering. On behalf of the consortium family, on behalf of the entire Forest College Research Institute, and on behalf of the entire participants, this forum is very pleased to welcome respected and beloved Vice Chancellor to this 7th annual workshop of Consortium of Industrial Agroforestry. Certification in India have to be taken a very big lead. So immediately certification means that now today the Director IAFM is taking the very big lead in the whole country to introduce Indian certification systems. Not only for a forest management certification, but TOF certification, trees outside forest certification. Rather, agroforestry certification is going to be a major system for which he is in the process of defining the roles and responsibilities of identifying certifying bodies and identifying the modalities of economics of the certification systems. So we have for the last 1 year we have been continuously in touch, and he said very clearly, whatever the date you are going to fix, I think I will be there in the systems. That is witnessed today. TNI is very pleased to welcome you as the Chief Guest, sir. I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to welcome the Director IAF. Of course, a lot of debate was going on across the country. Niti Aayog has come with a standard development committee. We are able to formulate some of the recommendations, like whatever consortium has pronounced those recommendations. I think that has been taken. People like Murugaselvam sir, Narayanasamy sir, Devarajan sir, they are all pushing this into us. Sir, we have to take very big model of this sandalwood based system. Immediately we were thinking who has to be invited. So entire country, globally also, who is the major buyer of sandalwood. So the credit goes to Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited. So immediately the Managing Director, Mr. Prashant sir, was the limelight. Okay, he has to be invited. Only one reason. The sandalwood growing farmers of Tamil Nadu, not only Tamil Nadu, entire country, but Tamil Nadu very specifically, they have to be protected, they have to be paid with the correct mechanism. That's the purpose. Today we have invited the Managing Director, Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited, Dr. Prashant, IFS officer. So definitely this consortium is very pleased to welcome. I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to please. Thank you, ma'am. The consortium originally it was within Tamil Nadu, but today pan-India level consortium is operating it. So when we projected this project to the USAID project, because the concept of USAID was first introduced with respect to Vice Chancellor. At that time, Madam was the Director Crop Management. So Madam suggested, this is a call, you have to apply. So that we have applied, fortunately we got it. This consortium model, the business incubation model designed by TNIU, is getting replicated across India, currently in 7 states. Down the line with other participants, other funding agencies like GAS, they are also working with us closely to expand this model to rest of the country as well. So maybe another 2 to 3 years, this model of business incubation, this model of consortium, the innovative platform will take a very big lead. Currently, this is being supported by, this program is supported And this is also facilitated by the CIFAR ICRAF. I initiated USAID funded program on trees outside forests. In this context, I am really pleased. This consortium family is very pleased to welcome Mr. Manoj Dabas, Chief of the Party, US CIFAR ICRAF USAID Trophy Program. I recommend. We have to give a very big hand to the previous Dean, Dr. Balasubramaniam, and welcome current Dean, Mr. Nikhar Ranjan, both of them. I think consortium, the entire family, give a very big hand to both of them, because this is very, we take this dais both to welcome Mr. Nikhar Ranjan as a Dean, new Dean, and we also appreciate like whatever the impact made by Dr. Balasubramaniam, particularly to strengthen the whole facets of the linking the producer to consumer approach. Both of them, consortium family and Forest College Research Institute, we are very pleased to welcome respected Dean, Mr. Nikhar Ranjan sir, and the former Dean, currently present here, Dr. A. Balasubramaniam sir. Both of you are pleased to welcome. I request Mr. Narayan Swamy, please welcome. A team of consortium family. I know that our team has, the Forest College team has continuously on continuous touch with all of you, and with all the personal and professional commitments, definitely your participation is very good. The 2 days workshop, your participation, you are going to witness what is the status of current agroforestry. You are going to tell us what are the challenges faced by different sectors, farmers' challenges, industrial challenges, and other group of challenges. How these challenges can be resolved. Maybe during the 2 days we'll work out the deliberations. By the end of tomorrow evening, we'll be exposing to all the facets of technologies. So because of all your participants, and for the information of Madam, there are more than 450 consortium. We screened them, we enrolled them, and they are also contributing as a part of the entire consortium family as well. So with the whole hands, I will welcome all of you on behalf of TNIU generally, and on behalf of specific to Forest College, industries, the nursery groups, plantation team, felling institutions, logistic institution, financial institution, small and medium scale industries, the consortium scientists, and above all, the entrepreneurs who participated this consortium meeting. I think though it's after 1 year, your participation is very good. I take this opportunity of welcoming all of you with the folded hands. Please welcome. By the Director of Research and the Cards, Director Cards, and the consortium implementation team leader is the Dean Forestry, and the implementation team, we have 2 PAs and the co-PAs and the entire galaxy of scientists. You are all part of this program. I take this opportunity to welcome each and everyone. I thank God of mine for having placed me this position to welcome all of you. Thank you very much. Once again.
மண்ணில் பசுமை விளக்கின் ஒளியில் மகிழ்ந்தே உலகம் மலர்கிறது. ஒளி இருளை நீக்கி கல்வி அறிவை பிரகாசிக்க செய்வது. இவ்விழாவின் துவக்கமாக மேடையில் அமர்ந்திருக்கும் சான்றோர்கள் அனைவரும் விளக்கினை ஏற்றுமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம்.
All participants, you know, forestry is grown in a larger scale. This starts from 1980. The growing of trees outside forest is now pronounced on a larger scale by one act, by the Forest Conservation Act, where forest resource has to be met from trees outside the forest. So that purpose of starting BSc Forestry during 1985 by one of the pioneer institute by TNIU has paid rich dividends. Today we got a consortium which is one of the very unique kind in India, and it is a very unique in the sense collecting people from production to consumption system. So that is a very unique kind where there is nowhere it is available, and FCRI has done under the chairmanship of Dr. Parthiban. Really it's a great pleasure for the entire FCRI family to felicitate such function. Starting everything in government system is very easy. Sustaining for 7 years is very difficult. So and this consortium is continuously forwarding and it is expanding both horizontally and vertically. That is the indication that institution is growing, the consortium is growing, and a huge amount of people have started getting benefit out of it, and now it is started being not only to Tamil Nadu, to the entire state. The best example is the Manoj Dabas program in TOEFL program. So many of the international organizations are coming, many of the national organizations are coming, many of the corporates, many of the industries, many of the farmers are coming, participating, getting benefit, spreading the trees outside forest, making the country's economic more viable. Definitely FCRI Mettupalayam is playing a very key role in participating in the national building and national economic development in the forest sector. I am very happy that this today's workshop has to go on a very larger scale, and still there are a lot way to go, and our roads are long and our opportunities are more. Definitely the CIF can bring a lot of laurels and benefits to all the participants, including the FCRI. I take this opportunity to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Geeta Lakshmi ji, Chief Guest of the function Dr. Ravi Chandran, a very dear old friend and a matter of pride for all of us. Very few of us get a chance to head the institution that we studied from, and Ravi achieved this. On the stage already, I don't think I can add much. In 1965, India produced 89 million tons of wheat, and we called it a bumper crop. This 192.5% jump came with just an increase in 38% of the net sown area in the country. So from a country of hungry nation, we became a nation which actually is facing a problem as to what to do with the, some crops that are produced in the country. How did it happen? And in the same period, we were a wood surplus nation. In 1965, there was no shortage of wood in the country. In fact, the entire wood demand could be met from normal fellings from the forest that we already had, reserved, unreserved, protected, whatever we might like to call it. Today, after replacing wood in every possible field, the podium I'm holding is made of steel, the chairs we are sitting are made of iron, the fencing is that of steel. We, after replacing wood in every possible area, we are able to meet only 80% of our demand and are compelled to import roughly about 25,000 crores of wood and wood-based products from other countries who actually should be importing from us. So how did this situation flip? That in agriculture today we don't know what to do, and in forestry we don't know where to get. This all happened because in the things that we did in agriculture, we never did in the field of forestry. In agriculture, we gave the farmers the quality planting material with all seed development, the green revolution. We brought in financial packages, we brought in, marketing mechanisms, we brought in MSP, we brought in extension networks. Everything that we did in agriculture, we just did not do that in forestry. And this Tree Outside Forest in India program is trying to inject those elements into the tree outside forest sector, which made a transformational change in India's agriculture. And I'm sure if done with some seriousness, they can make a transformational change in the area of wood production. That is by providing people the best possible clonal stocks, which Dr. Parthiban is doing, by providing people marketing information that we are trying to do, by having a robust extension network that we are trying to do by way of integrating Krishi Vigyan Kendras with tree farming, and also setting up a call center in FRI Dehradun on the lines of Kisan call center, and a slew of other interventions. So we are delighted to be partners with TNAU in this program, and the work that Dr. Parthiban done is truly inspiring, and I feel it can be replicated in various parts of the country. While it's easy to get the infrastructure, etc., to replicate the infrastructure, it's very difficult to get another Parthiban in those regions. So TNAU will have to produce many more Parthibans for this to go forward, but we'll try our best. Thank you to the team at TNAU, and again my grateful regard to Dr. Geeta Lakshmi for having us here. Dr. Ravi Chandran, thank you very much and have a nice day.
Respected Vice Chancellor of TNAU, Ma'am, in every aspect of TNAU or FCRI or every department, every school, every activities, we see the energy, we see the positive vibes, we see your vision. Very good morning to you, ma'am. Respected dignitaries on the dais, IIFM Director, Dr. Ravichandran sir, then Dr. Prashant, Managing Director of Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited, Shri Manoj sir, Chief of Party Trophy Program, and distinguished luminaries from our own institutions, Dr. Balasubramaniam sir, Dr. Parthiban sir, and Dr. Shekhar sir, and all the dignitaries sitting there in the gallery, including IFGTB Director sir, and all the dignitaries and all the participants, in-house team, a very good morning and Kale Vanakkangal to all of you. As you know that this 2 days event is the 7th workshop for this prestigious CIAF, Consortium of Industrial Agroforestry. Agroforestry is the future not only for the farmers but also for the forestry, also for the carbon sequestration, also for the climate change, global warming. And agroforestry, and especially industrial agroforestry, is we are looking it as one of the solutions to tackle all these issues in one ambit. So this CIAF has been playing its successful role since last 7 years, not only in providing the technical solutions, expertise, but to also network and establish linkages between various farmer-producer groups, the farmers, the institutions, the small industries, to banking financial institutions, to marketing linkages. But we also provide collaboration and communication among public agencies, developing research, problem tackling solutions, providing solutions to the farmers, then how to become self-reliant in raw material supply. That is also where the CIAF has been delivering its role. And also one of our roles is to give the policy guidelines, suggestions to government and the policy makers. As Dr. Parthiban sir has already said that we have already 452 members, consortium members, enrolled members, and that for the knowledge of ma'am and for the knowledge of all the August gathering here, it encompasses wood-based industries, nurseries, private nurseries, plantation developers, we have felling institutions, farmers, FPOs, NGOs, MNCs, PRIs, scientists, financial institutions, line departments, small and medium scale industries, and private entrepreneurs. In total, we have 452 members. We have current deposit of more than 81 lakhs, which we are aiming to bring it to more than 1 crore to make it self-sustaining in future. Then the roles and main activities of CIF has been linkages, research and development, organizing capacity building programs, conducting annual meets like the present 2 days meet, then documentation, suggesting policy directives and outreach activities. I once again request that this successful model, CIF model at FCRI TNAU, we require your continued guidance, support and suggestions for strengthening this prestigious and a promising institution in future. Thank you. Thank you once again.
It also provides a detailed overview of our establishment.
My senior colleague Dr. K. Ravichandran sir, Director at IIFM, and another my senior colleague Shri Nihar Ranjan sir, Dean, and Dr. Parthiban sir, Dr. Balasubramaniam sir, and all the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure and great honor to stand before you to address on the 7th annual Consortium of Industrial Agroforestry. Agroforestry is cultivation of trees or tree species along with the agricultural crops. Our Manoj Dabas sir told revolutions occurred in agriculture but didn't occur in forestry. Exactly, sir. Half of the fuel it is satisfied from the agroforestry sector, 2/3 of the small timber is from the agroforestry sector, 80% of the pulpwood is satisfied by the agroforestry, 60% of the raw materials for the paper is procured from the agroforestry, and the 10% of the green fodder is procured from the agroforestry sector. But there is a huge demand. With this burgeoning population, there is a gap in between the demand and supply. We are spending huge amount on the imports of these green gold. Definitely, there should be some policies to address this gap. And agroforestry has got a huge potential in India to address this one. India is facing 3 problems in agriculture or in the forestry sector. One is the food security, another one is the land degradation, and the per capita income or that issue. So all these 3 problems can be addressed only with one segment, that is agroforestry sector. Agroforestry involves both agri-silvi, silvi-pastoral, agri-silvi-pastoral. With a good application of good principles and good procedures, definitely we can reduce the demand and supply gap, and definitely there is a huge scope for us to contribute from the agroforestry sector, both in all the 9 items what I listed earlier. Coming to the Consortium of Industrial Agroforestry, it's a very good platform started by the TNAU University, and it's great going with the, under the leadership of the Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam and the Dean Sir and his team. Actually, it's a platform where the farmers can raise their problems, how to cut short their rotation period, how to go for the disease management, how to go for the pest management, what are all the harvesting methodologies, where they can sell their product, and who is the person who is lending to those agriculture or forestry species or the farmland. In the meanwhile, the university or this campus can get the farmers' problems, wherein they can directly work on it and they can contribute to the farming sector. And meanwhile, it's the same 2 days workshop which can use the platform like our industry, where I came from a sandalwood industry. So there is a where I can get the good quality material, where I can get it on the sustainable basis, and where I can procure it from at lower price also. So the CIF made by this university is of very good opportunity and has a huge potential to grow and spread across the country. The right benefit of this platform to have a interaction with all the 3 segments: industry, research team and the farmers, so that they can contribute to the Indian economy directly or the indirectly manner. So finally, I want to thank the TNAU University, in special CIF, this team, organizing team, for giving me the opportunity to come here and to address this august gathering. Thank you one and all.
Thank you. So cordially invite the authors, Dr. V. Subulakshmi. Now
FCRI Mettupalayam, Center for International Forestry Research, Tree Outside India program, Outside Forest India program, Sri. Indeed, it gives me immense pleasure to be here at Mettupalayam when my own institute is organizing an international conference on empowering women through minor forest produce at Bhopal. But since I have committed for this program, I said, you people take care of the international conference, let me go and interact with the farmers and industrialists of Tamil Nadu. So with that, I am here. At the outset, let me congratulate the consortium of agroforestry, industrial agroforestry, for hosting this 7th workshop. Like many speakers said, traveling thus far is a great achievement, and I am sure this consortium with 450 odd members will bound to grow, and it will reach a number of 4,000 in next 1 or 2 years, and will have a pan-India presence. Whatever is possible from my end as a director, Indian Institute of Forest Management, I will assure you that this consortium is bound to grow, and we will take all necessary steps and make it possible. Dear colleagues, I just want to give you a narrative on how this forestry over the years have evolved. Many of the academicians and researchers are here. If you look at the National Commission on Agriculture way back in 1976, it has given a series of recommendations. Thereby the forestry as a subject has grown in the country. So we have nearly 70 odd agriculture and forestry institutions in the country. Earlier we were looking at FRI, Forest Research Institute and colleges for specialists in forestry. Now we have more than 70 agriculture universities wherein forestry as a subject is taught, and every year we are producing more and more professionals in the forestry field. The same National Commission on Agriculture recommended going for tree outside forest. Because of that 1976 recommendation, today we have seen a massive change. The social forestry scheme was launched in the late 70s, and it continued even today. And many farmers started practicing agroforestry, farm forestry, you name any kind of tree growing in farm field. Today, if you look at the data, 29.29 million hectare of tree outside forest is existing in the country, which is roughly about 8.91%. And the scientists, researchers, policy planners, they feel that there is a scope for adding another 25 million hectare. India is poised to become Viksit Bharat. Honorable Prime Minister has mentioned that Viksit Bharat by 2047. So we are having another 23 years to realize the dream of developed India. In next 23 years, if you are capable of converting at least 23 million hectares under tree outside forest, that is the biggest achievement we can aim for. If you do that, nearly 16% of our geographical area will be under tree outside forest. And today, if you look at the growing stock of forest, many of my forestry friends are here. We have nearly 6,100 million cubic meter of timber available, and nearly 1,778 million cubic meter is in tree outside forest. That meets the demand of all your wood requirement. Today we are net importer. By having a series of actions in the next 20 years or so, by involvement of people like the consortium partners, the farmers, industrialists, the academicians and the research institutes, we need to enhance the tree outside forest in the coming days. Enhancement doesn't mean that we have to expand in area, we have to improve the quality. If you look at the per hectare protection in the country, it is put together the forest area as well as the tree outside forest, it is 60 cubic meter per hectare. If you look at the world average, it is 137. Some countries like Brazil and all, they have 230 cubic meter per hectare. So there is a scope for us to improve the per hectare productivity of our tree outside forest as well as forest areas. So I am sure the kind of contributions made by institutions like Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, ICFR institutions, ICAR institutions, we have to come out with quality planting material, and for that we need to invest more on the tree improvement. Without tree improvement, without having proper agronomic practices, we cannot realize the dream of improving your growing stock per hectare. So today we are at 60 cubic meter, the world average is 137 cubic meter. So there is a huge gap, and I am sure we will realize the dream of achieving 33%. Next issue is you need to invest. Industry side, institution side, so all the tree outside forest contributes the maximum. My friend Parthiban used to say, today in our country the total wood requirement is somewhere around 150 million cubic meter and are importing. Till 1970s, early 1970s also, from forest alone we were harvesting nearly 170 million cubic meter of timber. The tree outside forest in farmers and agriculture field, we will certainly meet that requirement. The country will become self-reliant as far as timber production is concerned. So we need to work together and ensure that India is self-reliant on its wood production and consumption. With that aim, the Government of India has come out with a series of measures. We have introduced One Nation, One Transit Pass, the National Transit Pass system. So it is a seamless movement. So anybody who wants to transport wood material from one part of the country to the other part of the country, by having one TP, it is sufficient. In 5 years rotation, it can yield somewhere around 26 to 27, $10 to $50 per carbon unit. So we to sensitize this wood certification scheme, we have reached out, thanks to the help and support of Tree Outside Forest India program and the Chief of Party. So we have organized a series of sensitization workshops. One was held in Coimbatore also, where large number of farmers and industrialists participated. Now what is that we have done? Many state forest departments, many state forest development corporations, industries, for example your Century Ply, have come forward to get the certification from Indian Forest and Wood Certification Scheme. You know that for rolling out the certification in a seamless way, you need to have certification bodies. So we have approached all the certification bodies which are working in India, both Indian bodies and overseas bodies. There are 61 of them who have got ISO 17065 certification. So we have reached out to them. Some of them are on board. I am sure we offer the certification body status to FCRI Mettupalayam of Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. They will be a certification body, and in order to enhance their capabilities, we have requested the Quality Council of India, the National Accreditation Board for Certification Bodies, to impart the training programs and get the requirement for FCRI and also our ICFRE institutions across the country. So if the institutions join with the scheme, I am sure the cost factor can be brought abysmally low. Today, what you pay for FSC certification and PEFC certification, even if you pay only 30 to 40% of that money, you get a certification from Indian Forest and Wood Certification Scheme. So that thereby the farmers are going to be immensely benefited, and you will be participating in the market, not only the national level, at the international level. So a lot of things are happening. So we need to grow, take this agroforestry, farm forestry to next level. That will be happening with your active support and involvement. So I am sure all of you will contribute your might in your respective field so that the agroforestry can be taken to next level, and by 2047 we realize the dream of having self-sufficiency in wood production and consumption. So with that, I take this opportunity to congratulate and compliment the FCRI Mettupalayam and Tamil Nadu Agriculture University to host this annual workshop on consortium of industrial agroforestry. I am sure the 2 days deliberations will bring out some kind of roadmap and way forward, and we are committed from our end to take it to next level. So with that, I thank the Honorable Vice Chancellor, the Dean FCRI, and all other members of FCRI for giving me an opportunity to interact with you. Thank you so much.
It's a great pleasure for me to come over here and stand before you to give a presidential address. So the most respected Dr. K. Ravichandran IFS, the Director, Indian Institute of Forest Management, Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. Thank you, sir. Your vision was really great. You touched upon all the horizons of agroforestry, and also thank you very much for helping FCRI Mettupalayam as a certification body for the forestry. Thank you so much for all your initiatives and helps to the Forest College and Research Institute here. And Dr. Prashant, IFS, Managing Director, Karnataka Soaps and Detergents Limited, Bangalore. So far we know how the sandalwood soap smells, and we always have been using it with pleasure. And today only I came to know more than 400 different ingredients are put into this soap, and everything is natural. And it was really great to know all those things, and great. Thank you so much for coming over here and supporting Forest College and Research Institute. Again, Trophy program is one of the very close to heart program for Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, and your vision is also greatly appreciated. As you said, agriculture has gone leaps and bounds, forestry is yet to grow. At this particular juncture, I would like to go, so your vision will be definitely taken care of, and of this institute. I wholeheartedly, who has joined us as Dean Forestry, and this is the first official function, and I wholeheartedly welcome you here. And again, I just would like to say a few things about his joining here. As soon as he joined, I kept 2-3 requests, and for all the requests he has taken initiatives. I'm really happy with the speed with which you are going, and I'm sure this institute will have newer heights under your leadership. Again, people sitting in front of the dais, including the director, IFGTP, thanks sir for joining, and also the two partners who have signed the MOU, including Terry. It's a very important area what you have signed, and we are all looking forward to have longer association, because carbon sequestration and carbon credits are one of the need of the hour. And this particular forum is a perfect blend, with the scientists, industrial people, agroforestry, growing farmers, and everyone. It's a traders, farmers, bankers, everyone, post-processing institutes, everyone, and it's a perfect blend. And we really look forward to have stronger interactions, and we look forward to have the final outcome of this particular 2 days interactive workshop. And this particular institute, and it is kept in a very serene location. And this the foothill of the Western Ghats, and it's a very beautifully placed location. And another important thing is this FCNRI is excelling because of this particular situation, as well as the leadership taken by the deans, and also the efficient and eminent teachers who are imparting knowledge to the students. And not only that, we have got very well designed curricula that makes everyone feel proud. And not only curricular, and also co-curricular activities. So because of that, this particular institute is a paradise to all the students who have come here and who are pursuing the forestry as their life. We are very proud. I don't have to say every time, but it is always proud to say every time. This institute is one of the best performing institute. Our director was saying, there are 74 agricultural universities where forestry is taken as one of the subject. But this is the best performing institute by providing 115 IFS officers to the country. Almost close to 30% of the preserved area is ruled by the alumni of this particular institute. And not only that, we have 239 ranger officers in place protecting the forestry ecosystem. And in the sericulture, 22 sericulture inspectors. And so we are very proud, and we feel that this legacy should continue, and the students have to perform more and more so that this institute's name is taken to newer heights. Another important thing is Tamil Nadu Agricultural University is also striving hard to make this institute number one. As under the IDP program, we sent 8 students to 2 different destinations, one in Netherlands, another one in Finland. So they went and they had twinning program. So this was a great opportunity for the students, for the 8 students. And one of the student, Mr. Ashwin, he is at Dalhousie University, Canada, pursuing his higher studies because of this initiative. And we not only do that, we join hand with all the forestry related firms, and it is internship, academy, industry, connect is being made. And this is a very great initiative from our side, that the students are exposed to the industry setup, and they are learning how to create a congenial environment between the producers and the end product utilizers. And Agroforestry Incubation Center in particular, it is doing very well, it's performing very well. Though it is 7th year and they are running into 8th year, the outcomes that has come are tangible. So my hearty compliments to the lead as well as to all the scientists who are participating, including Dr. I. Shekhar and also all the other people sitting and contributing for this. And another thing is the startup, the student startup. Tamil Nadu Agricultural University is very keen to make our students as a startup and as an entrepreneur. We have got 7 agripreneurship institutes, 4 for agriculture, 1 for horticulture, and 1 exclusively for forest, placed in Metupalayam. And we have got more than 2,000 incubators through all these 7 incubation centers, and we have produced more than 350 startups. And I'm very happy. There are many student startups that they have become kind of entrepreneurial, and they are really doing good. And coming to the trees outside forest, I always, when I visit outside, especially I had a chance to visit Israel, and I stayed in Israel for about a month. And you know, when I was traveling in the air, I had a different perception. It was amidst the kind of a desert ecosystem, but when I landed in Tel Aviv, it was completely green. So it is under the desert ecosystem, how they could make so much of greenery. And when I came to know, each and every drop of water they used was reused, and it was brought back for growing the trees. The complete ecosystem was so green, you won't even feel that you are amidst the desert. So we have to have that kind of awareness. I'm really happy the awareness is already increasing among the community. Both the central government and state government, they are really imposing lot of schemes so that this tree cover can be improvised. Another important thing is, when we visit some of the European countries, you know, like microforests will be there amidst the growing fields, means agriculture fields. We have to have such kind of initiative. We are in one of the project, we are just encouraging 10% of the land area, agriculture land area, should be converted as a forest. So it has lot of benefits, eco benefits. For example, pollinators will reside inside, and it will give a different kind of an ecosystem, microclimatic condition that will definitely enhance the yield. Losing of 10% land from agriculture, but there will be always increase in the yield from the rest of the area that will definitely get compensated. But at the same time, from that, if you just wait for some 5-10 years, you will have valuable timber in it. So we are just encouraging through different projects, this trees outside forest concept is being encouraged. And another important thing is, everybody was talking about the demand and supply systems and all. So we have 150 million meter cube of wood to meet the wood-based industry as a raw material, and 400 million meter cube for energy requirement. So this is the huge demand India is actually seeing, and the demand is going to go higher and higher when we just reach 100 years of our independence. So now the natural forest ecosystem, felling from the natural forest ecosystem is really difficult because of the low productivity. First thing is low productivity. The second important thing is the policy and the legal regulations. Now nobody can go even take the wood that is normally because of cyclonic storm or something, if it has fallen down also, you cannot remove it and bring it back for the use. So those kind of some of the things are happening. So accessibility issue is the major thing. So Government of India policy, as they are saying, the wood-based industry, they should create their own resource or raw materials, so that only way possible is trees outside forest. So this is one of the way which we can promote forest ecosystem. And agroforestry, again, you know, like we are talking on for a longer time, but now they have come out with so many models. For example, they have come out with a circular fashion model, rectangular model, 1 hectare model, 1 acre model, depending upon the land availability and also depending upon the ecosystem. In that, growing wood and food together is the order of the day. So we have just identified. My compliments to the entire forestry college team for coming out with such a novel idea, and we have replicated in almost all the colleges and research stations. We have allocated 1 acre to 1 hectare of land, so that could be a model for the people to come and see. So this is actually giving lot of benefits. So the trees will be there for longer period of time, but in between the space we are utilizing for growing crops, which will fetch income from time to time. So this model is really working so well. And in TNAU, through NADP, we have introduced in 2004 and 5 the value chain model, and you know, it is this value chain model is end-to-end solution. So starting from the production until harvest, value addition, getting into the market and going to the consumer. To that extent, they have initiated from 2004-5 itself, and almost it has 2 decades now. It's doing so well. Not only that, we have to take trees as an alternative to climate change mitigation. We know that now the climate is changing and the warming of the atmosphere is happening. So to cool down the atmosphere as well as to keep the green cover, to invite rainfall, we need to grow more and more trees. So there is an alternative land use that is available, sustainable land use that is available by including the trees. So with this, you know, with the public-private partnership mode, that will definitely work in a big way. So always we have to have, working in silos are gone are those days. Now we have to work together. We have to join hands in whatever the way possible, so that we make the industry sustainable in the days to come. of our institutes, for example in Killikulam and also in many other places, we have given to TNPL, we have given land to TNPL on a kind of a 5 years tenure basis, and we are also getting benefit out of the land that we are not able to cultivate. At the same time, the wasteland is utilized for the production of tree. So this is a win-win situation, we are doing it. In 2024, 15 consortium nurseries have been created, and out of which 20 million quality planting materials have been produced. So planting material is very important. The quality planting material is very, very important, because the trees are going to stand for a longer period of time. Unlike the seasonal crops, it is going to be there for longer period of time. So it has to be more productive, and those clones need to be done. Thanks to USAID, because they have again extended the facility to create some of the greenhouses and some of the production facility they have given. We just inaugurated it today morning. So that could definitely increase more production of quality seedling and distributing it to the farming community. So that will also improve decentralized availability of quality planting material. So 86 forest-based industries enrolled in this consortia. 25% of them are under TNAU value chain. So they have assured buyback system and price support system, which is actually helping us to go with the SDG 12, responsible production and consumption. Sorry. As I said, we have 11 clones. We have done it with eucalyptus, casuarina, Malay Vembu, red sanders, and so on. I'm really thankful to Terry for coming forward to have this carbon credit mechanism. We have already tied up with some of the industry partners, like one for the paddy system, agro ecosystem, paddy. If they grow 2 paddy, and if they follow kind of an alternate wetting and drying system of irrigation, they have been given with the carbon credit. So we have enrolled more than 10,000 farmers. I'm sure this will also give a long way, and we can bring them under carbon credit. So this particular meeting, I'm very happy to inaugurate this 2 days conference. I'm sure at the end of the 2 days, you will have a lot of recommendations which will be definitely useful for the policy makers to go with some effective policies, and also will give directions for improving the agroforestry ecosystem. So with these few words, thank you for inviting me to inaugurate this great conference and workshop, and my best wishes to all of you who have joined here. Thank you so much.
For Best Value Addition Industry. Now I request Ms. Ma'am to also present the memento to Dr. K. Ravichandran, IFSM Director, IIFM Bhuban. Chief of Party, USAID to. request
and honorary military colonel, our adorable Vice Chancellor Madam, respected IAFM Director, respected Managing Director, respected our Dean, former Dean, all the dignitaries, all the scientists and FCNRI. First and foremost, we express our heartfelt gratitude to our Vice Chancellor Madam. We know very well our Vice Chancellor Madam is eco-friendly and also farmer-friendly. Everybody knows. How it was evident? The best evidence is Madam has launched very big program in TNAU, that is one student, one farmer program. You will not believe, today the entire Tamil Nadu, more than 15,000 farmers under the fold of our students because of our honorable Vice Chancellor. Madam, really on behalf of the fraternity of forestry and fraternity of all the scientists and on behalf of our Dean, we thank you with folded hand. Thank you, Madam. Thanks a lot. The next is, from the depth of our heart, a man of certification. You know very well, the certification started 1963, started with FSC certification and COC certification. All the certification were got from the foreign countries. But our IAFM director, after he took the in charge, what he did? The Pan-India certification. Our certification, Indian scientist has to certify. Definitely, sir, on behalf of all the participants, we thank you very much, sir, IAFM director, sir, because you have created the PRAN certification scheme to everyone. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Our heartfelt appreciation goes to the Managing Director, KSDL. So, as participants are very clear said, our purpose of calling sir is because our farmers, sandal growing farmers, they are suffering the lot, where to sell and how to sell. Sir visit definitely pave a way for our farmers, those who are growing sandal. Definitely that will create the light of the land in their family. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your visit. Thank you so much. We thank on behalf of everyone with folded hands, sir. Next, I would like to thank our Manoj Sabha, sir. He is the man created, I could not say created, expanded TOEFL in 7 states in the country. And also recently he has given 90 lakhs rupees to Forest College for establishing hub, incubation hub. Sir, we thank on behalf of TNAU and Forest College. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Our Dean Forestry is I could say the torch bearer of our fraternity, because Dean, a new Dean, a dynamic Dean, he is instrumental, he is a captain of the ship, he is running way and he is tending us in a kind of effective way. So on behalf of all the staff members and participants, I thank you, sir. I thank you very much. A man, he has given a dynamic, indifferent dynamic, I could say, the agroforestry, the age-old practices. He has created a new challenge in the practices of agroforestry, mainly the industrial agroforestry, the incubation agroforestry, and so different dynamism of agroforestry. Today, the doctrine of agroforestry, the philosophy of agroforestry has been changed in different dimensions, who is nothing but Dr. Parthiban. I thank on behalf of all the participants, Dr. Parthiban. Also, our former Dean, Dr. Bharat Subramanian, he has guided very much my classmates, because he has created, I could say, this incubation, nearly the CAF, long before. Because of so many reasons, it has been postponed. On behalf of everyone, I thank Dr. Bharat Subramanian with folded hands, and Director IFGTP. I only given the invitation to sir, immediately accepted Director IFGTP. On behalf of my participants, I thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It is my privilege to thank everyone who has participated, mainly the TERI officers, NABARD officers,
United India Insurance, State Bank and Indian Bank offices, Startup CN, Line Department, mainly Agriculture Department and Forestry Department. I must thank the PCCF, Mr. Anwaruddin sir, because he has immediately put the order to all the forest extension officers to attend this kind of workshop immediately. Nearly 40 officers have joined here to attend this workshop. On behalf of Forest College and Dean, I thank you everyone. Definitely today's celebration will be very good for all the forest officers. So thank you sir, thank you very much. Also our CAF members from various sectors, I could say the wood-based industries, the nurseries, the plantation developers, the felling institution, the trowing farmers and award winners and everyone we thank on behalf of this college and CAF. Also, the special thanks to the contributors and sponsors, mainly the syndicate experts and Coimbatore Metropolitan, TNPL Karur, SVP Erode, Arunachala Timbers Pudukkottai, Realtek Engineering and Suresh Timber. They have contributed much for conducting this kind of workshop. And also it is big thanks to all the, I could say, the organizing committee members, because they are the backbone of everything. Day and night they worked hard to organize this kind of CA functions. Also the special thanks to our technical and private officer, TPO, personal officer to Vice Chancellor Dr. Umesh Khanna, and all the scientists from constituent colleges, KVKs, agriculture research stations. We thank on behalf of all the participants and CAF. Above and beyond, let us not forget the backbone of these members, mainly the farm unit, the farm members, the farm laborers, also the SRF, JRF, all these scientists and the technical staff. They have much worked for completing this workshop. So my last thanks to the print and electronic media and sound service media, and also my sincere apologies if I have missed out on anybody. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Definitely the 2-day deliberation will be fruitful to all the CAF members. Thank you, madam. Thank you all.